Hello, Lori Michelle with another Moshiach life lesson. Lesson number 2, true coping is done through God. I could talk about coping day and night because that's what I do. I cope. I have enormous pressure on my shoulders, and it doesn't look like it, does it? It looks like I'm having a party. I'm not having a party. This is gut-wrenching for me. But I cope because I have him. I have him 24/7. And very often I want to quit. And very often I have private conversations with our Creator, and I say to him, "That's it, I quit. Find someone else, please. They don't even want me." And he says, "Lori, tag, you're it. There's no one else. There's no one else that knows what I know. And I'm trying so hard to give it to you, what you need right now, and these lessons, and I'm getting fight. You're fighting the fight, and that helps you cope. Your ego, your need to be right. You know, and I don't know anything. You know more than me. And that's not coping, that's ego. And ultimately, your ego is going to be your undoing. And I thought this conversation today would be about ego, but he said we're not ready to speak about ego yet. We need to speak about the number one problem, he says, that's facing the world right now. And you might say, it's the pandemic, stupid. And I might have agreed with you 15 years ago. But I know the pandemic is just a symptom. It's just the beginning. Hashem told me months ago, the great humbling is about to begin. The pandemic isn't the biggest problem that faces us. It's how we're coping with the pandemic that is our undoing. Look around the world, people are unraveling. They're going crazy everywhere. America is going crazy. Look at Portland, Washington. Look at Israel, protests. It's crazy. Defund the police, insane. And so that's how people are choosing to cope or not cope, ego. Come together, we're gonna protest, we're going to tell them what we want, we're gonna get that guy out of office because he's ruining our lives. And that's not the way to do it. That's not coping, that's using ego, which is the opposite of reaching for God and coping. Coping the proper way, true coping, is done through and with God. He's the beginning and the end and everything in the middle. And when I named this video, True Coping is Done with God, I said to Hashem, there's lots of forms of coping. The psychiatrists and psychologists teach coping skills. You know, put on music, go for a walk, go for a run. I love to run. It helps me cope. There are lots of techniques that we use to cope physically, eating properly, coping. But true coping is what I'm talking about. And I said, Hashem, they'll look at someone like the evil dictator from North Korea, and people could argue that he's really coping. He's rich, he's in power, he's the dictator. And Hashem answered simply, yeah, looks like they're succeeding, but in a second, I could rip their arms and legs from their body. Without question, he can do that. Do you realize that? Do you realize that you think maybe you're succeeding? You have money in the bank, maybe. I hope you do. You have a refrigerator full of food. Things are pretty good. You're having sex regularly. That's a big deal for a lot of men, maybe some women. And so, you know, you're coping. Things are pretty good. He just said these words: enjoy yourself while you can. He's calling in all the marbles right now. This is the end of days. It truly is. And you don't know what I know. I know more. I know more than the rabbis. I know more than people who think that they're psychic and have prophetic visions. I speak to him day and night. And yes, I get visions. And yes, he shows me what's ahead. And if you knew what I know, you wouldn't cope right now at all. You don't have those skills right now. It's frightening what he shows me. How do I cope? He's with me 24/7, and he infuses me with optimism that's unknown in this world. He says to me, we're going to get through this. There will be world redemption, and there will be eternal peace in this world. But if you saw what we have to go through to get to that, you would unravel like that. You'd go crazy. And I don't go crazy because I know him. And he's in my life 24/7. I reach for him the minute I wake up, all day long, and when I'm sleeping, he's in my dreams. He's throughout my life, every day, in every moment. And my suggestion to you is to learn true coping through him. He's real. He's listening to you. He knows what you're thinking right now. And if you're thinking negative thoughts, God won't help you. There's nothing that will help you, but enjoy yourself while you can. The words of Hashem. So I'm going to give you two things to do. Gratitude, keep a gratitude journal. Write down every day in the morning 5 things that you're grateful for. I can give you one. You woke up and opened your eyes. He gave you another day to bring world peace in our time. But write 5 things that you're grateful for every single day. In the morning, a gratitude journal. That brings him closer to you. Gratitude and appreciation. And prayer. He's listening. I promise you. He knows everyone's secret thoughts. I don't know how he does it. It feels like he's 24/7, every breath of my life. He's involved with me. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he knows who you are and everything that you're thinking right now and everything you're going to do. And ultimately, he knows your fate in this moment, whether you're going to be welcomed in his world to come or you're cut off. He knows. But you still have to choose. You still have the opportunity to choose right now. So coping, ego, it's got to go. A conversation for another day, ego. He is your salvation. Hashem, the King of the universe, is real. He wants you to wake up, sit up at attention, and start learning the problems that we're facing and weather this storm. Because right now, if you knew what was ahead of you, you would all unravel. And he just said, including all of you rabbis, all of you. It's gut-wrenching. And these are just words. He's shown it to me. So how do I smile and keep optimistic in the middle of hell? This is pure hell on earth. Hashem, the King of the universe. Pure love, comfort. His voice is melodic. I know you don't hear it the way I do, but he's pure love. He's on the job for every one of his children. I hope you're one of them. God bless you. Peace on earth in our time. God bless you.